I already did my jumping around hopscotch, do a cartwheel, and every fucking thing else. I'm amazed and always have been. And I'm amazed that all will be. And I'm amazed at the TV stations. And I'm amazed what they want me to believe. After all is said and done, where is the justice? Hell yeah. Damn, they coming in off the bat with them two like that verse like way out there, by God. Peace, calm, positivity, love, safety, and determination. Stoosey Boys background again for the third and final live stream of the day. We're all excited, hip-hopping on the back stretch. It's been vibing. You tell YouTube the Stoosey Boys have been doing their part. That's all I'm saying. We've even got us a long-form video that's probably going to show up either tomorrow or maybe Tuesday. Monday would be better for it, but that would probably be about if and when the Chevy starter or whatever would be expected to hit the mechanic community. They're a few days behind. They're too worried about other things. And we're going to start launching into a discussion about those crazy models of vehicles. Let's go Nissan Juke. Let's go Cube Car of the future. Yeah. Kia Soul wasn't as bad. Kia Soul's okay, I guess. Goofy ass hamster car.
It didn't drive, so it drove okay. My Sorrento, I loved it. Other than until the wiring shit started fucking up.
Oh, the other Kia, yeah. Now, who makes that fucking Santa Cruz?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
I can't remember. It's not Chevy, because I thought it was Chevrolet. But I don't think it is. To me, it looks like a modernized discount full-size truck, and it pisses me off. With a bed.
Hyundai, maybe?
Maybe. Fuck Santa Cruz.
I don't know.
Some bullshit's what it is. some total T-top hamburger. But yeah, Stoosey Boys come back around live. Appreciating all. Miko showing up all kinds of hands. What's popping, Miko? There's all kinds of folk up in here. Cat Dog. Appreciating all y'all dropping in on the live stream. Subscribe button right there to all the cool cats that want to join the fam dam and be homies. Of course, that's if y'all appreciating what we're doing. Hope everyone's having a great night. Hoping everyone have a good night. Let's see. Hacker. It said warp permanent bad.
Hacker.
Hold on. Shout out Baji Putra Sushi Monsters. Sushi Monsters is a tweaker right on. What's popping, y'all? Like I say, hope everyone's having a great day and a fantastic fine time. Smash that subscribe button. Double tap that screen and hit up that like button. We appreciate every single one of them. And, of course, hit it up in chat and tell us where it is and where it at. We're the Stoosey Boys coming at you. What's rocking tonight? Hope everyone's doing good. They're going to get a hell yeah in the comments from all the fresh folk that may just be dropping in on the live stream because we're kind of on that analytic pop. Can I get a hell yeah? Is anybody so bold enough? So kind enough to do what needs to be done and hit it up and let us know? In fact, hell yes. A deaf silence falls across the land. Is that the Iranian flag? That's either Iran, Yemen. There's like a bunch of them that have that flag. Yeah, it's either Iraq, Syria, Iran. Fuck yeah. No, it's not Iran. It's vertical. That horizontal. It could be Egypt. It could be Syria. It could be Iraq. It could be possibly Yemen or Oman as well. But yeah, it's something. I don't know. I looked up and there was like 24 people in here. I was like, weird.
No,
that tossed me for a lick. Well, I mean, we're down to 4 now, but still, just beside the point. Still, it threw me for a loop. It was crazy. It was cool and it was vibing. It was totally nonstop gnarly.
Well, I didn't get a notification.
And
A lot of times, like when you do back to back, I'll get the first notification, but I won't get
interesting.
the second.
Well, it's a lot of the times, y'all had seen it before. The reason why I did, there was like a string where I would stream for maybe 2 or 3 weeks there, constantly doing the refires, and you would see it. I would refire and then turn around and get almost twice the views I would get on the original. And it's like I wouldn't have that if I didn't
Right.
It's you. But then all of a sudden, I feel like our notification system gets backed up, and like it's hard to work that. And we kind of try to kick a short every day. Admittedly, we slacked the other day, but it'll be all right. We got to keep it good. It's not about quantity; it's about quality.
What day did you not do one?
I think it was yesterday. I didn't
Oh.
do a short, but we did have one short that popped off like a day after it was posted, which was kind of unusual for a short because usually those are sort of an immediate reaction kind of thing. Oh, and I did hit it with some seriously experimental hashtags.
Oh, did you? What'd you use? I did
Fun.
Fun.
Peace.
Okay.
We never use that hashtag. Vibes and peace. It was something else that was really way out there. I think I used the hashtag Stoosey though. Maybe I didn't get as experimental as I thought. Should just wrote about 20 fucking hashtags and said just see what happens. Phone cracks in half. Just psh. Hell yes. But yes, all in all, a pretty alright weekend, I'd say.
Yeah. I got quite a bit done.
Well, it's good to be productive and such. That way, when you turn around and party, you feel like you've really earned it. Yeah. Plus, you're like wore out and tired. So, like in my experience, the fifth really smacks. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, you're like, whoa, killer groovy, kick ass. A total hell yes.
A total hell yes.
Yes, absolutely. So, first band that you were ever into. Let's go.
Me?
Way back in the day, little kid, gotta been by my mark measure. Basically, what I'm asking. First shit you was into that you just fucking thought was so cool.
Hank Williams Jr.
Interesting. Mine was John Hartford. So.
And no, Johnny Horton.
Way up. No.
Yeah. It's what my dad
no. To Alaska. We'll go north to Russia's old.
And then after that came like CCR.
Hold on. I'm still doing Johnny Horton. Sinking the fucking Bismarck.
That's what I grew up with.
There was a couple other good. Well, we fired our guns and better give go.
Yes.
Wasn't not many at a while ago. I swear to God, everyone's old ass grandparent or parent or whatever, listen to that fucking. Now, CCR, of course, that's your American classic right there. So when did it get all hard rock and edgy and shit?
Who, me?
Yeah. When did we all of a sudden go from
what you said from the first?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Like yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like black hole sun. Whoa,
dude! I
all of a sudden everything goes.
No. My way before that.
Well, yeah, I would think because Black Hole Sun, I don't think can come out to like 94 or something.
Yeah, that's like around the time for it. Well, I still wasn't but fucking like 14, 13. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. First thing Quiet Riot was the first one. And my cousin's house. Okay, the big brick house that we went to. Okay, that's where they were living at the time.
Oh, okay.
And they caught it on fire.
Yeah,
okay?
that'll happen.
And that's
What was y'all listening to? Quiet? Were you there that evening?
No, I was not there when that happened.
Okay, well.
But one of the cousins had to come stay with us because it's like there were several of them. So it's down there because it was like my cousin and her old man and their kids, because both of them had kids ranging from like little kids to like grown.
Yeah.
Okay. And Troy came and stayed with us, and he was like, I don't know, hell, probably like 20. He was around 21, I think, because he was already able to like go buy beer.
There you go.
But anyway, I was like in the fourth, fifth grade. I think I was in fifth grade when he introduced that to me.
Bang your head.
And
come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. We'll get wild. Wild. I don't see how dude didn't just pass Slick out.
But yeah, that's kind of where.
See, Randy Savage. Randy Rhodes isn't quite right, but I don't think he ever recorded anything or much with them. It was before. It was he left certainly before all that.
But that's what introduced me to heavier type music.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me it started. I guess it kind of started with Metallica, but then the very first heavy music that I sought out when I was about, I don't know, 12, maybe 13, somewhere in there, was White Zombie. Is literally where I started. Los Exorcisto, Devil's Music Volume 1 specifically.
I read the fuck out of some Rob Zombie, White Zombie. I like that kind
there
of shit.
you go, right off the bat. From there, the grunge stuff always seemed to come with it, obviously.
Let's see, that was my time.
Don't know how Iron Maiden got in there. Just picked it up wherever, I guess. Of course, there was like The Trooper was the intro to that one, the metal, whatever. Which, of course, my thing is like everything else. And I got into metal. All of a sudden, I had to learn the history of metal. It's like, well, here, and here. And then so all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, look at all this fantastic music. It's probably why I have a lot more inclination for older shit on the overall.
I don't know. I gave a shit less at that time frame in my life about the history of the music or whatever.
I wanted all of it. Yeah, but that's how you fucking just.
No,
knew,
I mean,
man.
as I got older, yeah.
Well, you know.
When I was because I was young, you think I was hell on fucking wheels from the time I was 12 up. I mean,
some of us were just chilling. Yeah, I mean,
I grew up way fast though.
Well,
that's why I feel so fucking old now.
Well, and then of course your Sublime. It felt like Sublime didn't come till later.
I listened to Sublime when they first come out, dude, and I was 14.
I was probably about like 15, 16, somewhere around in there. Well, I don't really think I feel like I blew it wide open.
I had
their like 17, maybe 16.
Like the first album. I wish I still had it. My cousin borrowed it, never gave it back.
We got 40 Ounce to Freedom on vinyl back there, but
yeah, but I had like the original. Like I said, I listened to them.
The
before.
One that they broke into the college and got down
before they were
on a nightly basis.
They were like totally underground.
Yeah. See, you know shit like that. Literally, they were fucking breaking into the college in the middle of the night, recording their shit, and then leaving before they come back in there or whatever, and getting like, I think they said it was $20,000. What amounted to $20,000 of free studio time, basically, just by going in there using their shit and then leaving in the morning. 100%, yo. Badass. I'm fucking for real. Like, also that puts a new spin on that fucking some of the shit they're saying and some of them saying. Now they're legit, bro. Like, this isn't all just a bunch of hopped up bullshit.
If you listen to their shit,
no, they definitely participated in those riots, like 110%. Hard to say. Something to consider though, for sure. Sublime, fantastic. Tool was one I got started on pretty early back in them days. Rage Against the Machine as well. That went hand in hand with my whole fuck the system. Got piss on all this shit. Anarchist cookbook and all, yeah, all that real groovy literature. Selena Girl 6ix9ine popping up. Said hi, what's popping, dog? There's a repeat offender showing up. Been a minute. It's been a while. How about Stain? Do you like Stain? Now I had
very few songs.
I had an MP3 player when I was like, I don't know, 8. Let's see, when did the Chris Brown song "Kiss Kiss" come out?
Fuck, I don't know.
She got that love, kiss, kiss. Mine, she's so fine. Like
because that
they hating on it.
That's not some I would listen to probably.
Yeah, well, when you're 8, I had this MP3 player. It had Hank Williams Jr. It had "Country Boy Can't Survive."
Yeah,
"Kiss Kiss" by Chris Brown was on there. Ah, God, what else is on that fucking thing? "Stricken" by Disturbed.
that's a decent song.
"Outside" by Stained.
Stained has a few decent songs.
"Move Along" by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Yeah, I think so.
The American Rejects.
Yeah, that sounds more right. Yeah.
Move Along. Jimi Hendrix is on there. Voodoo Child. Dude, this thing was crazy. I was thinking of you, the Boot Heel Twister. What the hell? And a bunch of emojis. We got people dropping in. What's up, y'all? We're talking and discussing music, having a hell of a fun time.
The Boot Heel Twister, the tornado one.
Maybe.
Probably.
There was a lot of concern because Kentucky did get wrecked, and a lot of people know we're in Kentucky. No, we're fine, as y'all can plainly see. We're doing all right. Homie, do buddy cuss. So yeah, that was a fantastic. I feel like I'm burying the lead. Like there was one really big. Bodies, they're by Drowning Pool is on there.
Yeah.
This was the most like mid 2000s fucking. With of course some All on the Watchtower and everything else put on there. A lot of vibe and shit. Before I was into heavy metal, I was into like when I was fucked. I've always been just way into music. When I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 11. Before I got into heavy metal, I was way into psychedelic rock. So like Rolling Stones.
Yeah, that's good music.
Jefferson Airplanes. Admittedly, not the Doors. The Doors didn't come until later. I don't know how I missed the Doors. Because I wasn't meant for it yet. It was later on in life when I was like either 24 or 25 was when YouTube put me in the top like 0.04% of Doors listeners in the world. And that wasn't counting listening to the vinyl on that I know I was doing. The fucking CDs and oh my God, dude, that's probably somewhere up number 1 fan for the Doors in 2020 fucking 3 or 2023, I think it was. So don't tell me 2023 wasn't fucking balling, man. Rainbow Band, my baby, my yeah, back in the house. Glad y'all good and hosed down or whatnot. Jimi Hendrix, of course. Let's see, Rolling Stones. Never really fucked with a lot of the Beatles. Honestly. Infinitely would rather listen to Rolling Stones and infinitely would rather listen to the Doors.
The Beatles have a few okay songs.
Oh, yeah, totally. The Beatles are just overall really okay. I had a big thing for Pink Floyd as well. Specifically Dark Side of the Moon. The Wall's good, but Dark Side of the Moon is their best, hands down. Is what it is. They can live with it. Listen to that whole album many times. Some Cream as well.
Yeah, Cream.
CCR, of course. A lot of 60s music. And then it's like when I become a teenager, then all of a sudden that's when I was listening a lot more 90s. Of course, White Zombie, Pantera, and all the thrash metal. Of course, that's 80s into 90s or whatever. Sublime, all the grunge shit, all of that. So it's kind of like in my childhood, I listened to 60s shit. And then as a teenager, it was way more 90s. But of course, there was 70s. There was all kinds of other decades going down as well. So,
Well, growing up, I listened to I heard all kinds of music. But you think?
Best part about living in the future. I get to listen to the last like 60, 70 years worth of shit. And there's all kinds of good shit. Going all the way back, especially when you're an idiot like me, I can appreciate just about anything.
Dad was mainly classic rock stuff is what we heard with Dad, of course, with Mom
Now, when
and
you
all
say
them.
now bear in mind, my definition of classic rock is 70s and beyond. 60s isn't
Okay.
classic rock.
Dad's was the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
Mainly.
Because, like, I guess I would count All Right now as fucking classic rock, and that's shit, that might be 1970 or 71. Yeah.
Where Mom was more country, honestly.
Well, I love old school country.
What do you think? That's what Mom grew up like playing, and
Now, from the time I was, I don't know, 10.
I
9.
love the blues, and I think it's because of Mom, because the bass where she
Oh, yeah, my
played,
blues
and
is
she
fantastic.
would get jam, and yeah.
Yeah, from the time I was like, I don't know, maybe 9 to more or less an adult, I just absolutely despise the country music. The
I don't like most
country.
new country.
I hate it.
Very,
It
very
is so washed
Not
down
tolerate.
poser horse shit.
I couldn't
Bunch
tell
of
you a new
goddamn-
country singer.
Well, I think I can think of a bunch of them. There was that one guy that threw the chair off the roof, Jason Aldean or whatever. I know a lot of their names, but a lot of their stuff. Now, it ain't all terrible. That Paul Cauthen or however you pronounce his name is pretty fire. Even if he is terminally ill, and we wish the best for him, of course. Hopefully that all turns good. I took a bit of cocaine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Took a real, like 50 years, but somebody finally made another Captain song, if you catch my drift. A good one, I would argue.
Cocaine's bad for you.
Yes, it is. It's very bad. It smells interesting. I'm telling you, the smell's crazy. You'd have to. Vibing even, I'm for real. Things flying around and everything else.
It's called bugs and the lights on, and I don't have it like the zapper things.
Bugs that sit there and the whole time throughout the stream and shit.
Yeah, I think you can actually get bulbs that's the light that's got the zapper thing. Lights it's built in.
Well, I just want one of them electric fly swatters for the Hornets, so I can show them bitches who's boss, or a lightsaber. Would be if I could have one or the other. I'm gonna go with the lightsaber. I can do. You can do everything practical. Cut wood with it. Cut metal with it. Oh, you need me to edge this out here? All the cut the grass. Just sit there and fucking. Provided it wouldn't scorch. I'm just saying it'd be lit. Oh. Bring.
Yeah.
Somebody's strumming that guitar. It wasn't a tornado warning, was it?
I don't think.
Hey, I played
I
the
think
last
it's
one.
tomorrow before we have warnings of that kind of stuff again.
I swear. We're very seasonal live streamers. I'm excited to start burning that pile and having those kind of live streams every weekend.
That will probably be this, if weather
Yeah.
permitting, this
Yeah.
coming weekend. 'cause I'm
Now,
gonna
the
get all
way
that
he
stuff
talks
right
with the amount of stuff, I think what you got there and then literally everything else is only going to make 2 piles, and that should only be like 2 birds. I'm just saying, like maybe 3. If we tried to,
off.
I think Pawpaw's wanting to go all out and stuff. So, you know, and once again, I'm more than willing to sit there and I guess I'll set this live stream and have all these viewers and have all this whatever,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Because we got to move that grill over there, and that means we'll be doing grilling action and shit over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that way I can get my flowers and stuff. At the
Boss, we got like
house.
200 something views last time we were grilling. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that wasn't no bullshit. Everyone's bopping in, bobbing. Oh, well, we got this, we got this, we got that. You know what I mean? Motherfucker be all about it. I might have to drag some extension cords. Might need to break down and spend some of that leafy green spending money on that goddamn, on a new thingamabobber.
Oh,
I maintain the original one that we had, or we're using that wasn't ours or in our possession, was a couple degrees better than that one. That one seemed kind of still usable, I think. I believe Rainbow Band was wanting to use it for party whatnot. Which the light on it is cool. I mean, it's, you know. But yeah, I might have to break down and do something like that. Or maybe even get one of them mics that was like, oh, it would be blowing on it and everything else. We'll get that crystal clear audio going for sure.
God.
Oh, man. Hey, it's a beetle.
It's a damn hard shell buzz.
You're a hard shell bug. Seeing it would have flew right into the zapper.
Yeah.
It would have said,
Oh,
wham, yeah. Yeah. Turns out that's The Walk of Life. We were all wrong on what the name of that song was. I always thought he was saying The Walk On Line, which made no sense. And Rainbow thought he was saying The Walk On By.
Yeah.
It's The Walk of Life.
Interesting.
I think it's a Dire Straits song. I guess that's 80s. I don't, you know. The 80s were a fun time musically. A little wild and out. I'm not going to lie. The 80s seemed like a weird time to be alive. Of course, my 80s would be like, or your 80s would be like my 2000s, basically. It was a vibing decade from what I was coherent enough to recall. I caught the back end of it. I remember 2006 and beyond. So that's like 4 years.
Yeah.
Now the 2010s though, that was a real wild decade. That was the 2020s so far. I don't know. The 2020s have been something else. I think it's fun times all around. Hell, yeah. Well, all right, buddy. I say we're gonna slide on all of our live streaming for the evening. Y'all all been badass. It's been really fun hitting it up, chatting with all the cool, groovy folks, carrying on and such. You love how I'm dropping it in that, and somehow it's going through to the thing. Are you seeing that? It was like dropping all the way. Well, I'm ashing in an ashtray, and it's got the ashtray. Now
use the top part of the ashtray.
Yeah. Okay.
Where the sand is.
Hold on. Now all of a sudden I'm a little hesitant because we got like all kinds of. Y'all hit it up in chat, y'all. What is the status quo? What is the vibe? We're on our way out the door. The numbers, as soon as I'm like, we're out this bit, the numbers run up, and it's like, hey, like, where you going? I'm, you know. There's been a handful of chats this stream.
Yeah.
Like I said, they tossed me for a loop there, having rambling fun times, which is great. I figured, hey, you know what I mean? All right, guys, we're going to slide for the evening, so y'all be good. Y'all be great. Hope everyone tackles it, gets up and takes care of business tomorrow. Hope everyone gets a good sleep, has a good night. Hope everyone has had a badass bomb weekend, and hope everyone has enjoyed the live
Holy
stream.
shit, look at this spider.
What? Well, eat it.
Fuck no, I ain't gonna eat it.
Well,
Good shit.
well, you're not on stream, so I'd tell her about it. Shall be good. Peace, calm, positivity, love, safety, and determination from us to you. This has been the Stoosey Boys hanging out with you on a Sunday evening. So y'all be good now. Peace.